I don't know. I don't know what there is to talk about, but I wouldn't say I did that much today either. I got more work done, just a little bit, marginally. I got to work out, and I'm making one of these, but I think that same issue persists where I sit down and do something, and there's just there's no progress that's being done. Like I sat down at my desk to go work on whatever, like YouTube videos and programming and all that, and I ended up not doing much of that at all. Walking back and forth to the kitchen, I don't know, making a snack, making some coffee, calling a friend, I don't know, checking social media, all of that. It was very, very unstructured. And I think that's where my problem today was. If you don't have any structure in your day, you're gonna follow the path of least resistance. And the path of least resistance is usually to do nothing, or to just like rot, to just brain rot, to do anything you can, but try to focus on a topic that's a little bit difficult for you. So, like, I was supposed to work on some programming, but I didn't know exactly what to work on, or I didn't know if I should work on that, or if I should try to make a YouTube video instead, or if maybe I should just go spend that time with friends or family instead. And because of that indecisiveness, I kind of ended up doing neither of those things, none of those things. And I think that can kind of be pinned down to the fact that I wasn't being conscious with my time, and I wasn't being conscious with my decisions. I notice in school that every morning or the night before, I'll write down everything that I want to do for that day in a little bit of a notebook. I'll even go get it. But I write everything that I want to do for the day here. And if you can see, if you can see these pages, I don't know. I fell off a little bit. But usually, yeah, if you look here, usually what you see is you write everything down, and then just one by one you cross them out. And it's more satisfying to do work that way when you've set goals. And when your day is not structured, like I said, you're gonna follow the path of least resistance and end up doing nothing. And it'll be okay that you ended up doing nothing, because you didn't decide on doing anything in the first place. So I know that when I write this down, and when I set goals for myself, just daily goals even, that I'm going to be a lot more likely to get those things done when I write them down and I need to cross them out. And then I can physically look back on my day and consider whether it was a successful, productive day or a failure of a day, if that makes sense. I make my progress measurable, and instead of like free floating through the day and doing whatever comes to mind, I know that, like, oh, I have to do this assignment by today. I want to do this assignment by today. And if I don't do it, I don't get to cross it off. And like, that's done. I can't go tomorrow and finish yesterday's work. Like, I failed that section of that day. Let's say I did 8 out of 10 to-dos on my notebook for the day. Got an 80%. I'm like, oh, I could have gotten 100%. But I can't bring yesterday up to 100% by doing those next 2 things tomorrow. Like, it's on a time basis. And it makes me want to succeed a little bit more. And having a like quantifiable task makes it a lot easier to just sit down and do it, because then I know I can cross it out. And I think goal setting in general, whether it is for the day, for the week, for the month, for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, whatever, I think it's very beneficial, because even though you don't always, like, you won't always hit all your goals, you won't always get to exactly where you want to be, especially in the long term. If you have like a 2-year goal or a 1-year goal, at this stage of life, who knows what's gonna happen in the next year? What's gonna happen with your career, with your anything? I don't know. Maybe you'll be doing one thing. Maybe you'll be working on in one major and you realize it's not for you and you switch majors. Or maybe if you're building a business, you realize what you're selling nobody wants and you have to pivot. So like you never know what path you're gonna take. But even then, I think even if you don't hit that goal, even if that goal is implausible for you after a while, you realize that it's not exactly what makes the most sense for you. You'll just by climbing up towards it, you'll get a lot further than if you had no direction at all. So if you have a destination, if you set a destination for yourself, who knows if you're going to make it there or not. And even like day by day, if you set aside 10 things to do, sometimes you may not do all those 10 things. You might do 8 things, 9 things. But if you didn't write any of those down, if you didn't consciously focus on getting those 10 things done, what are the odds that you get all 10 things done? What are the odds you don't forget anything that you needed to do? What are the odds you even get above half of those things done if you're just unconsciously floating through the day without realizing that you have stuff to do? Like, boom, at 9 p.m. you realize you forgot to do an assignment or two. I don't know, maybe you don't even have enough time to do it anymore. Maybe you don't have enough energy to do it anymore. But when you've set out those goals and they're written and they're on paper and you kind of make yourself have to do them, if like you set the bar higher. So even if you don't fully get 100% on the day, you're still going to be farther ahead than if you wrote down nothing at all. And it's the same thing for the long-term goals. Even if you don't make it to whatever you wanted your 1-year plan to be, your 2-year plan to be, if you tried moving towards that every single day because you consciously knew where to go or where you wanted to go, you're going to be a lot further ahead than if you were just, I don't know where to go, I don't know where to be, if you had no direction. Because then you'll be walking in circles just around like this. At least here you have one straight direction to go to. You might veer off, you might pivot into something else, who knows? But you'll be a lot further ahead. So yeah, I think goal setting is good. I think writing down your goals is good. Keeping them in places where you actively check. Like if this book stays on my desk the whole day open. So whenever I'm at my desk, I take a look at what I need to do. My goals are written on my wall every morning. It like fades into the background, but I'll take a look at it every once in a while. It's there. It's so easy to see. It's so easy to access. If that was in a folder somewhere, if this was in a drawer somewhere, I'm never going to open it and look and be reminded. So you want to have it in a place where you're constantly reminded by it. But yeah, I think short-term goals, daily goals, monthly goals, they're all good to set. And that's all I have for today. It's Christmas Eve, so I'm going to go spend it with family. And I hope you guys have some happy holidays, whatever the right term is. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching to the end. If you guys want to leave a comment, please do. If you want to leave a like, please do. That'd be very much appreciated. And if you like this type of content, please subscribe. That would help out a lot. So thank you and goodbye.